Welcome back to this channel, my correct loving and wonderful people. No be small thing or no be small thing at all. Please, no matter how busy you are, take time, watch this video and listen to what Senator Ali Ndume said about what is happening in this country, in this our government, what our leaders are doing. Situations like this, how can we grow? With this kind of behavior, how can we grow? Well, the reasons is we need to build up, we need to stand up, we need to wake up. We need to wake up. Let electoral system be the one that we can elect our leaders for the sake of 2027.
First of all, say that I'm not against borrowing. Even the greatest countries in the world, America, Japan, China, all are big borrowers. But they borrow for physical, tangible, and accountable projects that you spread and pay over time. But my worry is not even in the borrowing, it's what you borrow for. Let me give you quickly a rundown of what I checked. You see, in June 2023, $500 million was borrowed for women program to scale up what they call MPWPSC. Can you see that? Can Nigerians see it? Where are the women? Then on June 23rd, the same day, $800 million was borrowed to cushion the impact of high petrol prices after fuel subsidy removal. How? Where? Then on September 23rd, 2003, under the same government, $700 million was borrowed again for adolescent girls' initiative for learning and empowerment. Then, on December 23rd, the same thing, $750 million borrowed through what they call renewable energy scale-up. Then June 2024, $1.5 billion was borrowed to support Nigeria's reform for economic stabilization to enable transformation.
That one sounds very spurious, I have to be honest.
Okay, you see? Then in June 24th, $750 million again was borrowed for immediate financial and technical support for efforts to stabilize economy and to scale up support to the poor and most economically at risk. Then, but as I said, when you total these borrowings, the figure I got here is about $9.45 billion, which translates to about 13 trillion. And as I said, I mentioned most of them. These are items that are either intangible, those items are not, has nothing to do with infrastructure. I would have supported, for example, that the country is borrowing even more than that to build our infrastructures, to build railway,
right,
to build our
But you're
roads.
saying that these things that you're mentioning,
Yes.
they're not tangible things.
They are not
that
tangible
you can hold
things
on.
that you can hold on to,
Right.
and these are things that you pay in the next 40, 50 years.
Did you just listen to Ali Ndume? At least you heard to yourself. This is the situation. This is where we are. And this is what is happening in our country. These are what our leaders are doing. Nobody said borrowing is bad. As an individual, borrowing is not bad. As a government, is not bad. As a corporate organization, is not bad. But what are you borrowing for? That is what makes it a problem. Are you borrowing just to eat? Are you borrowing just to use and buy vehicles? Are you borrowing just to use and begin to dash people money? Are you borrowing just to finance your girlfriends? Are you borrowing just to go and put in your own personal saving? That is where the problem is. What are you borrowing for? Imagine what this government has borrowed. Less than 2 years. Less than 2 years what they have borrowed. Then what is the future of this country? Where are we heading to? What plan did they have for us? It seems President Bola Tinubu just came in basically for money, or just came in to recover what he has lost, or just came in. What exactly are they borrowing this money for? Those programs mentioned, have you seen anyone existing who do us this thing? Who do us this thing? Who did we offend? That devil that we offended. Why are we like this? Why can't we help ourselves? Why can't we as leaders live a life of legacy? A life that when you leave office, people will remember you. People will talk about you. People will talk about the good that you did. You leave office and people will be celebrating that you left. If not, something terrible would have happened. That is not a good life to live. That is not how to hold people. That is not how to be a leader. What they are doing is actually very, very, very bad. How can you just be borrowing for no just reasons? Borrowing. A country like Nigeria cannot generate money, we have a lot of things that are working here. What is happening to our Federal Inland Revenue Service? What is happening to, according to EFCC, they have recovered so many looted funds. Where are those funds channeled to? Where are they? Properties that have been discovered that belongs to government or have been forfeited, where are those funds? Can they sell it to generate money? A lot of things. What is it that we keep borrowing and borrowing and borrowing and not using it for any tangible project? What tangible project have they done? This Tinubu administration, what have they done? Even the Buhari administration, what tangible project did they do? What has APC done? What exactly? You borrow money like this, you didn't put into any infrastructure, just telling us grammar. And what is the National Assembly doing? Why can't they scrutinize all these things? That is one of their functions, to checkmate other arms of government. But they have been bought over by executive. They have been bought over fighting issues that are not supposed to be existing. Once Mr. President said, I want to borrow, that is how they run kitty kata to make sure that it works out. No questioning, no check and balancing, no questioning, no what is the project on ground, what is the viability of that project, how are we going to carry it out, and what is that project going to generate, how are we going to get back the money we want or be able to pay the money we have borrowed from that project. No, it's not the situation of Nigeria at all. Not the situation of National Assembly. Not the situation of the leaders in National Assembly. Except to fight how to sleep with women around, to make cases, to pay money for other people to be recalled. Is that why they were voted into power? Is that why they were given leadership in the Senate House? So annoying. It's not, oh my God, what is all this? Why borrowing money and wouldn't know what to use the money for? Why borrowing money and the citizen cannot see where the money went to? Why borrowing money that you cannot account for? No accountability. Nobody asks questions. If you talk, they send police to you, send DSS to you. Why are we, oh my God, this is annoying. That is why I said, take your time and go through this interview that was granted by Ali Ndume's senator representing one of the constituency in Borno State. It is well, oh, God help us. But we need to help ourselves also. We need to help ourselves. We need to begin to think how 2027 will look like. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will bring more to you.